dead body of a migrant worker was found floating in the rain water near an ATM in Muthayalpet area of North Chennai. A migrant worker named Chandan died after he accidentally got electrocuted in North Chennai. His body was found floating at the doorstep of the ATM in the rainwater by the locals. Chandan had gone to the ATM to withdraw cash earlier this morning when the accident took place. After his body was recovered, it was taken to a nearby hospital where he was declared dead. The cops have registered a case. Shilpa Nair is joining us live on the broadcast for more on this. Shilpa, as the cyclone has wreaked havoc in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, we are now learning that a migrant worker was electrocuted. Give us more details on what exactly happened.
Well, yes, Chetna. In fact, this particular incident took place yesterday in North Chennai. In fact, a migrant worker who had gone to the ATM to withdraw cash and he accidentally got electrocuted because there was an electrical leakage around that ATM. So his dead body was found floating at the doorstep of this particular ATM by the locals, and then of course the locals intervened and recovered his body, and it was immediately sent to a nearby hospital where he was brought dead. And the cops have registered a case. So there is of course such incidents are being reported. Deaths due to electrocution have been reported from Tamil Nadu. Rain-related accidents, of course, being reported as well. But currently, we are in Puducherry. In fact, Puducherry is one of the locations that got pounded yesterday and today due to heavy rains, due to Cyclone Fengal. Ever since Cyclone Fengal started making its landfall, Puducherry has been receiving intense rainfall, and it continued all throughout the night. In fact, the IMD data suggests that around 46 centimeters of rainfall has been recorded in Puducherry alone, and that too in the just last couple of hours. So you can imagine the extent of flooding. In fact, this is Vallalar Sale, and as you move forward here, there are so many residential areas that are completely flooded at this point in time. Krishna Nagar, Rainbow Nagar, these are all key residential areas in Puducherry that are completely flooded, and people are facing enormous difficulties at this point in time. Water has even entered the ground level is what we're being told at this point in time, and some of them of course have now taken shelter in the floors above. But they are urging the government to step in at this point in time in order to rescue them and in order to provide them some relief. There's electricity, there's electricity has been cut off in many areas. Many of them are struggling without food and water as well. In fact, the Indian Army has rescued over 100 persons from Krishna Nagar, and the rescue activities are still going on. But there are several tourists also. Puducherry, of course, is a very popular tourist destination, and on weekends you see a huge footfall of tourists here. So many of them have also been stranded in Puducherry because several roads, several areas in Puducherry are completely flooded at this point in time, and as a result, they're not able to move out. So the government, of course, says they've just issued an order instructing all educational institutions to be converted into shelter homes, into relief centers, so that people who are living in these low-lying areas can be rescued and they can be taken to safer locations. And the government says arrangements are being made to provide affected people with food and other essential items. But the opposition parties here in Puducherry have been slamming the government, saying that not enough precautionary measures were taken by the government in advance, and that is the reason why many people are suffering. But what has transpired in Puducherry is unprecedented. It's historic because this kind of rainfall Puducherry has not seen in the recent past, is what experts are telling us. 46 centimeters of rainfall in just one night, and that of course goes on to show you the extent of flooding and the kind of troubles that people are going through in Puducherry at this point in time.
Right, thanks Shilpa for bringing us those details on that story. Senior Congress leader V. Narayanan Swamy slammed the Puducherry government for taking the cyclone lightly and not implementing enough precautionary measures. Listen in.
Puducherry is completely flooded at this point in time. Record rainfall, at least 46 centimeters, what the IMD has suggested. Have you been going on ground, sir? What is the situation that you are witnessing?
In fact, this is an unprecedented rain in Puducherry because the cyclone which was formed in Bay of Bengal is landing in Puducherry. It landed in Puducherry yesterday evening at 5:30. Continuous rain was there. In 2004, there was a heavy rain up to 20 centimeters. 2020, there was another rain cyclone in which about 21 centimeters rain was there. This is 46 centimeter rain up to within 24 hours was not at all seen in the history of Puducherry. Because the people who are living in the low-lying area, they are inundated. The first floor of the houses in Krishna Nagar, Rainbow Nagar, all these colonies have been inundated. The people have been evacuated from those places.